How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of The Creators Process. As you know, my name is Jaden, and right next to me I have Vivien May Royale. How are we doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm going well, thank you. And I first of all want to say a huge thank you for taking the time out of your schedule to, we just did a photo shoot and now we are on The Creators Process, so thank you for taking the time for both of those today.
Thank you.
That's okay, that's alright. And it has been a bit of a, I think we've been trying to book this for quite a while, but then I think we both ended up getting COVID and we had to delay it longer. And so it's been a long time coming.
Yeah, it definitely was a build-up for this, but...
We're here now, we're sitting down, we're doing it, that's the main thing at the end of the day. And so I guess for people watching at home, tell us, what do you do with yourself when it comes to the creative arts?
So I guess I'm sort of just a little bit of a newbie at the moment, sort of dipping my toes in a lot of different things. Mainly sort of starting more like a solo performing, slowly trying to get into sort of more drag performing as well. And I've recently just started taking photography, started my own little thing, like.
Amazing, just a mixture of everything.
Yeah.
How long ago what was, I guess, the first thing you started with? And how long ago did that begin for you?
So I've always been like a really creative person. I've always used like sort of arts in a way as like my outlet. So when I was like really young, I was always drawing. In high school, it was like art and things like that. And then I sort of found makeup, and that was sort of my like one thing that I would stick to, and like the one thing that I've just carried on through. Like I started doing makeup when I was about 12, when I just got into high school, because when you're in high school, you're old enough now, you can wear makeup. And then it just sort of just stuck through, and it was just something that I just kept wanting to like learn about and get more experience and everything like that. So makeup really was my drive for a lot of the stuff that I do now as well. So the first time I started like looking into sort of anything around a stage was doing pin-up pageants. So I was 18 when I did my first pin-up pageant.
Wow.
So I was quite young. So even like looking into the different types of like vintage hair and makeup and stuff like that was something that I absolutely loved, trying different makeup, different hair and everything like that. So I first started doing the pageants and everything like that, and then you get sort of addicted to being on stage.
It's a bit of a healthy addiction where you're just like, oh my gosh, I really want a way to feel like this good all the time. And it's like, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, it's a way of like, I always say like whatever someone does is art. Like I'd say pin-up is art because you do your hair, your makeup, your outfit, you're doing posing and everything like that. That in itself is like an art. So it's just a way of presenting like my art to someone, just to whoever wants to watch.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. It's the way that you want to present yourself as an artist, as an individual. And that's what you feel comfortable with.
Exactly.
That's amazing. And I guess I have to ask, so how many pageants since you were 18 have you been involved with?
Oh, so many. I don't even know if I can remember. It was just like, there's so many different varies of like levels with pin-up pageants. So there's ones where it's like you just come in one outfit. There's one where you do two outfits. There's one where you have to have a talent, and there's some that go over several days and things like that. So I've done so many. But
Amazing. And I have to ask, because I do know that like in some pageants they do talents and all that sort of thing. Have you ever done one where you had to have a talent for something, and also what was that one that you did?
So I did one they used to have at the Tattoo Expo. They had a talent section, and my talent was actually, it was like speed painting. So I would get a canvas with black, like covered in black paint, and I'd paint with black paint like a shape, or like I did a portrait of Marilyn Monroe. Wow. So it's like black paint on a black canvas, and then right at the end you throw glitter on it, and the glitter sticks to the paint, and then you can see the portrait right at the end.
Wow. Yeah. You're gonna have to show me like a photo of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is so cool. Like, gosh, I can give so much credit to painters who can do speed painting, because it is not easy. Like even for me, like if like speed photography or speed something, it's like that is not easy to do. So
it was definitely nerve-wracking. And the unfortunate thing was I had the canvas set up towards the stage, but because I was in front of it, it was just my butt for like 2 minutes. And then at the end, everyone was like, wow.
They're just like, oh, what are you doing?
They're like...
Oh gosh, that's, but yeah, so you did in 2 minutes as well.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
That's amazing. That's incredible. I have to ask, how did you, I guess, fall onto that as a
I
talent?
saw someone do it on like some foreign talent show and went, that doesn't look that hard. And then I gave it a go once and went, that was pretty easy. And
You're just like, oh, I was right, that wasn't that
I was
hard.
like, it wasn't that hard. Like, it honestly, the scale that they did it was way bigger than what I did. I did this tiny little canvas and this pretty simple like portrait, but I was like, I kind of worked out.
That's amazing, gosh. And how did you go in that one? Like, did you place in that one? Or?
Yeah, so I placed third in that one, so I was pretty proud
Congratulations.
of that. Thank you.
That's amazing. That's incredible. And I guess, talking about how, like, for me, I discovered you through your burlesque. And, I just saw you at the Nerdless Championships. First of all, congratulations on placing. That was absolutely amazing.
Thank
and
you.
I thought it was an absolutely incredible performance you did. How long ago did you start with burlesque?
So I'd always been sort of, a lot of pin-up performers sort of transition into it. So it sort of becomes just a little bit more expressive. Whereas pin-up has a lot of rules. They always have like a judge. You're always getting judged on whatever. Sometimes you just want to do your own thing at the end of the day and do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And that's what I found with burlesque. I think the first burlesque show I ever went to see was, again, I was about 18. I went to see, it was like the semi-finals of Miss Burlesque Australia at the time, what it was called. And I was like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. I want to do it. And then it was me and one of my close friends decided to start doing some classes. So we do classes every now and then, and through that, you sort of just keep going to shows and things like that. I was always a little bit nervous about doing my own thing, and like, I get quite bad stage fright.
Oh, wow.
So it took me a little while. So I only did my first solo debut in last year in May, I think it was.
Wow. That's amazing.
So it was a big build up, a few years of sort of.
That's incredible. It's like you were just waiting for the right moment.
Yeah.
To seize that opportunity.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, it just takes that one little seed to start, and then you just wanted to grow it and grow it until you're ready to, bring that talent to stage. Exactly. And it seemed like that it was just a bit of a build up for you, and then when you're like, nah, this is the moment I've been waiting for. I'm ready. Do it now. Exactly. And so I guess, like talking about like your performance styles and, performances you've done. So do you want to talk about some of the performances you've done as a solo artist?
Yeah, of course. So my first debut act, I call it Ugly. So it's essentially sort of a representation of like my inner anxiety, which was sort of why I delayed solo debuting for so long, because my brain kept telling me that I couldn't do it. I wasn't good enough to do that.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of family and friends record the things that my anxiety would tell me, and that actually played in the song.
Wow.
The lyrics of the song I use is a song called Ugly by Courtney Act. And she says, you see the good if you know me, you see the bad if you love me, but only I know what's ugly.
Wow.
So it was just sort of that like really raw, emotional type of performance. So it's sort of like, I'm like really sad. Actually, I think I actually cried when I did my debut, just because it was just so much like a release of like, this is my first time ever doing it. It's like, this is my one moment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Gosh. Yeah. Wow. It's quite a powerful, and especially, I feel like it's such a personal thing where you said you had your own family recording these, things that your anxiety is saying, and, you're hearing it from someone else's perspective, and you're just like, woof, it would be a bit of a overwhelming sensation of just going like, wow, this is actually, it seems like it's a very personal and close to home performance.
Yeah, exactly. But also on the flip side, it was also sort of really empowering at the same time.
Yeah. Sort
of everything that I had been telling myself for the past couple years of like, it doesn't matter because I'm doing it right now.
Exactly, and it's always the anxiety of like just a performer as an artist. We always go like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready for this. I don't know if I can do it. It's like, I don't think I can. I'm going to save it for another year. Then that another year comes and you're like, no, I'm going to do it next year. It's like, it's such an empowering thing when you finally go, no, I'm going to do it right now.
Yeah.
No time is better than now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I think that's amazing that you decided to seize that opportunity, but then actually put it into a performance, because it makes it just it's unique, but then it's also something personal as well to you. And I think that's really amazing. So congratulations on that. And I guess, as for me, I always like to ask the question for performers is like, being part of the community that is known as the art of tease, in when it comes to burlesque. When it comes to, I guess, the nudity aspect of wearing pasties and all that sort of thing, was that something you had to learn to be comfortable with, or that is something that you've always been comfortable with when it comes to that?
So I guess it's, as a plus size person, it's always that long road of loving your body, and it's still like every day is different.
Yeah.
But I have always wanted to be someone that other plus size people can look at and sort of relate to. I first started sort of as soon as I turned 18. That's when I decided, like, I'm not gonna hate my body anymore. I'm going to just do whatever I want. So I started just like doing my own photo shoots. That's how I started sort of loving and appreciating the way I look. I would, throw on like some lingerie, take some photos and just go for it. And like, it's at the same time, it's like really empowering as well that other people will like come up to you and say, oh, you look so good, I wish I could do that. It's like, but you can, like, I was you, like,
you
can do it, you just go for it. Like, don't get me wrong, there are days, I think everyone does, where you're like, oh God, yeah, like, I don't even look at myself. But yeah, once you sort of just get in that mindset that you're like, no, my body is sexy, other people will find me sexy as well. Like, it's only my voice that's telling me that at the time.
Absolutely, it's all
yeah, you sort of get over it. But yeah, definitely that that confidence sort of slowly builds up after a sort of a while.
Yeah, and as you said, like, we all have our days, when we don't feel good about ourselves, but then, we just have to remind ourselves, going, no, it's all up here.
Exactly.
It's the anxiety, as we're always saying, it's about, we need to make sure that we are always feeling good about ourselves. And, I think that's amazing that you said that when you turned 18, you're like, nope, you know what, I want to love myself and I love who I am. And you started doing that, with the photography, which is incredible. And I guess, talking about the photography aspect, so what made you decide to jump, I guess, into photography as well?
I think that, because my favorite thing to do is, like, on a random day, I'll just be sitting there. It'll be like 9 p.m. at night. I'll be like, I'm gonna go take photos. So I'll go into my makeup room, put makeup on, throw on a wig, set up my camera, like fix up my lighting and take photos of myself. And that process is just so enjoyable for me that I want to do it for other people as well. I want to be able for someone to come in, I can put makeup on them, I put them in front of the lighting, I take photos. Like the process of like editing and making things like the way my brain wants to make them look is just so satisfying to me.
Absolutely.
So yeah, the recent shoots that I had done with my really good friends Lulu Lipstick and Alexandra the Great, we just had so much fun doing those, and I just want to keep doing it. Like, sure, you can agree when you do shoots, just like, this is so fun.
Yeah, you just get into a really cool vibe where like, I just want to keep going on and on. I want to keep doing it more and more and more. And I absolutely love, like I said, I think I mentioned to you the shots that you did of Lulu. Just absolutely stunning. And like when because I remember when I first saw those shots, I'm like, oh, who is this photographer? And I just saw, because the name that you go under for your photography is
Royale Crybaby Photography.
Yeah, which we're going to have to talk about that name for like, and when I saw that, I'm like, I've never heard it. And then it said your name underneath saying founded by Vivien May Royale. I'm like,
just a little on me.
So cool. That's really, and yeah, so I thought it was really fascinating that you dip your toes into that area as well. And so talking about the photography name, what made you decide to go under that name?
So I've always had like this little bit of a brand about just being a crybaby, because I really am in person quite sensitive. So honestly, I cry all the time. Like, I cry at everything. Like the other day, there was a butterfly got stuck on the tram and it couldn't get out.
Oh.
And I got so sad for this butterfly. I like teared up and I was like, oh my God.
That is very sad to be honest.
It's like, let them be free.
That poor butterfly. Did it get out eventually?
It did.
Okay, that's good. So, I'm very happy to hear that, because I'm going to start crying.
But yeah, I sort of embraced that about myself. Just like Royale from my
Obviously,
stage
Vivien
name,
Royale.
and then I'm just a Royale crybaby.
I love it. It's such a good name. Like, because I remember the first time reading that title, I was like, I did chuckle a bit. Where like, I like that name. But yeah, I love that. That's such. It seems like you're really working towards, doing some really incredible work for other people. You want to inspire other people to go like, I think I can, if I can do this, you can do it as well. Because,
Absolutely.
Especially with burlesque, it has no limit to what you can and can't do. You know what I mean? And so I think it's absolutely incredible you're trying to push that yourself as an individual. So I think that's so awesome. And so I guess for, a final question, so we're coming to 2023 very soon. What are your plans for, for the future? What are you working towards?
I'm definitely going to start working on a few different acts as well. Something just a little bit more classic. I definitely want to try and amp up into more sort of drag as well.
Amazing.
I find a lot of my makeup's very drag inspired. And I think, definitely doing some more photography, definitely doing more makeup. I would love to have faces for me to just put makeup on. So
Amazing.
next year I'm going to just amp up and just be more creative. Just let loose.
Sounds good. I look forward to seeing some more amazing acts and more amazing photography from you. I'm excited. It sounds like you've got a really good solid plan, and whatever I can do to help, just let me know. I'm going to be all ways there to support you.
Thank you.
That's okay. And I want to say once again, thank you, Vivien, for taking the time to come onto the channel and talk about what you do. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you for coming into my home.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's my absolute pleasure. And for everyone watching at home, thank you for tuning into another episode of The Creative Process. If you want to check out Vivien May Royale's amazing work, I'll leave links to everything down below. Go support her if she's performing in your area. Please go see her. Absolutely incredible performer and absolutely amazing photographer. Please hire her, please. Please do. Absolutely incredible. As I keep saying, let's keep supporting our amazing community. Go to shows, pay for photography, pay for artworks. We have the power to help each other out during these times. And let's keep supporting our amazing community. And comment, like, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next episode.